Hi, everybody. I am back. Good evening, good morning. If you're on the other side of the world, and Grand Rising and Namaste to all. This is your talk radio host from Talk Radio Productions. I would love to say good morning again. I hope everybody's having a great weekend. This is your talk radio host again. I am CiCi. I'm giving myself time off from social media. It's been a good thing and it's also been a bad thing. The bad thing is a lot happened, and that's the reason why I've not been on. But the good thing is there's a silver lining to all things that happen. I took down time to regroup and just do me. And as well as I found, I don't miss social media and things like that. It's not a priority. However, it's good to just come back for a little millisecond just to check in with you guys and check down, check up, and see how everybody's doing. And also saying hello to you all and letting you guys know I'm still alive. I just took time off. As well as I had a lot of things that were going on, including the roof caving in at my house. So not only did I have to make shifts and things and get things done, but in the interim, while I'm working on all of that, again, I wanted to let you guys know I took downtime while I was doing that so I could just, keep my mind right and just stay in a good space and whatnot. Although I had some deliberate damages that were done to my home and over the last period of 5 years, and finally the roof caved in and whatnot because of deliberate sabotage, city county-wide issues and problems that I will be taking the city and county to court over, and also personal issues that have been going on with post-separation issues, and I will be going to federal court, civil court, county court, criminal court, and I'll be pressing the charges and also suing because of the damages to my house or collateral damage. Now, we all know I've been going through a lot of different things over the last couple of years, and it's been escalating to the point that, like, literally, I had a leak in the roof because they were taking off shingles from my house while I was gone. And literally, the roof did cave in and missed me by 1 inch from my head. It hit me on my leg, and I've had nothing but fluff around my house. So, even though it's during COVID and I have a home-based business, I figured I would let you guys know exactly what happened, why I've been missing in action, MIA these days, okay? So it's been a little rough and things like that, but I figured I would make this and do the best that I can with what I can. And I decided to make shifts and get everything done in the interim so you guys will be able to hear my voice, see me from time to time as I'm getting things transitioned and worked on and whatnot. And I'll also be having to go back and forth to court because this has gone to the point of too far. And the damages to my roof alone are $10,000 plus the $5,000 for AC unit damages and whatnot. So we're up there with damages, and it's literally at the point of taking them to court and the street theater and things that have been going on around the neighborhood and whatnot. It has been really a disturbance to my peace, and the obnoxious antics have reached the point of collateral damage. So you guys know what's going on now and everything else. But I took the downtime to regroup and just do me. And I found, again, like I told you guys, I don't miss social media. I don't miss the drama. I don't miss the sabotage. I don't miss the provocateur, the saboteur, the irritating, aggravating, and the provoking gaslighting, and also the bot farm, troll farms, all of which are targeted, which I'm also handling that behind the scenes with court and also the platforms, because enough is enough. So again, this is check down, check up, and check in. So you know what time it is. It's that monthly introduction and curriculum overview with your host. I am CiCi, the hostess with the mostest, and you may call me Coach K or Coach CiCi, as the kiddos refer to me as Mama CiCi. And I want to make sure that all of you have seen the coaching website and make sure that you're booking your appointments online. We're doing remote coaching, and it's probably what we're going to be doing permanently on top of just having the office and things like that once I get everything finished and done when it needs to be done. So again, I got a lot on my plate, but I figured I would make sure that we have a good way of doing things and still getting the show going and doing what we got to do. Hi, how are you? I will open up the stage in just a minute after I go over the course curriculum overview. Also, I also want to make sure that we have the normal online podcasts and things like that. We're going to go back to that, as well as the webinar and interviews and things like that. So book on Talk Radio Diva, the website, talkradiodiva.com. And you may also, in conjunction with Talk Radio Productions, book your interviews and things like that. And again, like I said, the show must go on. So as the true hostess with the mostest, I figured out how I could make everything work and make it shake. So with that being said, make sure you subscribe to the podcast and also the live shows and things like that. And let's get into the show and the content. And again, like I said, taking time off gave me a chance to regroup and also strategize how to keep going and do what I got to do. So we're going to go over some housekeeping rules and things like that. And then we'll go from there. Just one moment. You guys know how to do all of the different things, as I told you guys, when it comes down to going and calling in the call-in line. Again, I told you I had a lot on my plate. I got the phone lines back where they're supposed to be at. I will be going to court with the phone company about the telecom damages, redirecting my phone lines, and all the obnoxious other antics. If any of you are dealing with domestic violence or post-separation abuse, there is an abuse hotline to call if you're ever dealing with that kind of obnoxious, nasty, wealthy, well-connected, who think they're above the law and untouchable. And again, those are other issues that I'll have to go to court with the city and county about, because enough is enough. And again, with the roof damages and whatnot, a lot happened. So like I said, I barely missed me by an inch from my head. So it's a lot. But this is the domestic violence hotline, 24/7 at 1-800-799-7233. SMS text if you can't get on the phone, 88788. So that is something that you guys can do. So we're not going to talk about domestic violence, domestic abuse, and things like that. I don't feel like being down in the dumps or anything like that. I'm already dealing with an obnoxious, nasty narc who needs to be going to jail, and the city and county issues, and the city countywide provokings and gaslightings. I don't want you to talk about that either. I told you guys when I came back that it was going to be on a positive note, so I don't feel like talking about all the extra stuff. That's just a bunch of fluff that has to be dealt with behind the scenes and behind closed doors. So here are the housekeeping rules. No taking photographs, including screenshotting or screen recording or restreaming my stuff. You will be absolutely sent a cease and desist letter. There will be no trolling. No level of disrespect will be tolerated. Understanding will be blocked, muted, and reported for repeated offensive behavior. There will not be an excessive amount of cussing and fussing on here. I don't play that. Don't come on here trolling. I will report you, and if you keep on doing it, I will report you over to local authorities and also to your city municipality. I'm not putting up with the same crap that y'all have done for the last 2 and 3 years and 5 years escalations and the provoke and gaslight. Enough is enough. I will sue you civilly, criminally, and I will also get my coin while I'm at it. I'm not playing with anybody about this, because y'all have done this one too many times and disrespected me on this platform and multiple platforms multiple times, and all the catfishing, bot farms, and troll farms are going to stop. I will be taking the platforms to court over it, because I'm not putting up with this anymore. The targeted abuse has gone on and on. I'm aware of my exes and their family members involved in the bot farm, troll farm, and I will be taking them to court and the social media platforms to court, because I've addressed it one too many times. Again, it's been a distraction and disturbance to my piece and also my presentations. Over 290 of them have been messed up, as well as 130 of them. That's why they are not back up there. And I also want to start over on a clean slate. So that's that. So those are the ground rules there. Take that off the screen. And also, you are not allowed to take my content. If you take my content, you will be sued. I am all about my paper and all about my money. Don't play with me. I will absolutely seek cease and desist, and I will also sue you over my intellectual property. Any content creators that have my property that you hacked my device, you will be getting a lawsuit, and you will be getting sued for every bit of my content, $5,000 a piece of content that you've stolen. So each one of the content creators who've done it, either get it off of there and hurry up, do it before I find it, because I will have it taken off of there, and you will be removed off the platform if I find any more of my content or any things that you all have stolen. I'm aware who's been doing it, and that person will be civilly, criminally sued. I'll be taking her to court and her nasty friend to court, and that's my FedEx's wife and his homegirl, and they used to work for them. And the father will be getting a lawsuit and a restraining order, and his brother will be getting a lawsuit and a restraining order, and I'll be civilly, criminally suing his family and entirety. I mean, what I said, the Calabasas, California antics and buffoonery, it's gotten old, and I'm tired of it. Everybody who's been listed in the situation have been talked to behind the scenes about it with the telecom companies and the registrars who have thrown them underneath the bus. The feds are involved, and there will be civil warrants, criminal warrants, and arrest warrants for each person who's done it. I made it clear I'm not playing with y'all, because y'all have done enough disturbance to my peace. I'm going to have a good time on social media. I'm not going to be made to look crazy or have Betty Broderick moments of snap mode or any type of levels of being triggered or made upset to look stupid and crazy like y'all have done. You will be getting civil liability lawsuits, criminal lawsuits, and restraining orders. Each one of the content creators who have enlisted a level of provoke and gaslight on his behalf will be getting civilly sued adjacently, because you've been told to quit. So there will not be any bullying of CiCi. Okay? So I hope we have an understanding here. If you guys want to book any of my gigs or whatnot, you're welcome to do so. And you're welcome to book here at my Fiverr. And please do not spam or troll, because they have a system in place for all of that. And you will be getting a cease and desist, and you will be sued. I don't have time to waste. I'm about my coin. Plus, I have better things to do, and I have a child to take care of and raise, in a house to fix, and a roof with just $10,000 worth of damages, and also for a period of 5 years of vandalism, which I'll be taking them to federal court, civil court, county court, criminal court. Habitat for Humanity will be sued, and I will be also taking city and county to court over all the street theater and the provoking gaslight that's been going on. I meant what I said. I've had enough of this. Enough is enough. And dealing with post-separation abuse and bullying, provoking and gaslighting, city, county-wide answers to buffoonery, I've had it. And the last straw was my roof being damaged and deliberate damages that are reported to Habitat. They will be getting a civil lawsuit, criminal lawsuit, and city and county will be getting a civil litigation lawsuit. And the citywide police department antics and buffoonery with the Wi-Fi and the tampering and buffoonery that's going on. I'm aware of it, and people are really fed up with it, and so am I. So if you guys are wanting anything in graphics and whatnot, I can tell you this. I am willing to do all I can for you guys. Here are the services that are offered, and I'll show that to you. We do channel creation, logo design, and content creation, as well as we create Facebook Meta pages and Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube channels, as well as we design professional thumbnails and also channel art and logo art to match all of your pages and platforms. We also do SEO friendly writing, content, titles, and descriptions, as well as channel verify and brand name, and create necessary social media content that coincides with your brand. So again, we do a lot here. We also do video content and other such things. So we offer pitch decks, presentation, product unveilings, demos, promo, and media graphics, webinars, educational materials, and announcements, social media promotional tweets, as well as we do company and corporate, and that would be mid to small level big business, as well as corporate infographics. And if you have COVID-19 things that you need, we have all of that. And if you also need ready-made emails, and as well as other such things to get things done, or if you need sales letters and whatnot, come see me. I am willing to do everything I can do for you guys. And again, like I told you, I am here for the long haul. Any content creators who want to work with me or do business with me, you're more than welcome to do so, but you are not allowed to hack my device. And I'm aware of Roxanne. I will be civilly, criminally suing you and sending you a lawsuit to Chicago. And also those in Calabasas, California, Kim and Nikki, and it's been confirmed about Nikki and Kim tampering the registrar, and Susan Cohen will be fired and terminated if not arrested. The registrar has already thrown her underneath the bus, and I will be suing Andy and Kim, and as well as Nikki. I'm not playing with my content and my phone lines and the FCC violations and FCC violations, and the SEC will be involved. I've made it clear and abundantly clear. I'm not putting up with this anymore. The obnoxious, provoking, gaslighting, and terrorism that they've done to me is one too many times, and you will be civilly, criminally sued over it. Just one moment, you guys. So again, like I told you guys, we do all the channel creation, logo design, and content creation. And Kim, who's talking about having a marketing company, I will sue the brakes off of you if you even so much as steal even more content. I meant what I said. I will sue you for billions, and if you think I won't bankrupt you, I will. I'm not going to put up with your little nastiness and your provoking gaslight games, and both of you will be civilly, criminally sued. You did this to my family member in 1996, and that family member passed away, and I will sue the brakes off of you and your nasty family. I want to make it clear to everybody who I've been dealing with, and my FedEx and his nasty wife who have been doing all this provoking, trolling, and their family members who have also connected with YouTube, as well as several other platforms, and I will civilly, criminally sue them into oblivion over this. You will not be having a marketing firm. I now will sue the brakes off you for stealing my content. It's also been traced to Calabasas, California, and Montecito, California, and I will sue the soul out of you if I find one piece of my content used in any of your business. So you have been stealing business from a lot of people, but you're not going to steal from me. You've done it one time before, and I will sue the brakes off of you. 13.5 years retroactive damages. So if you think I'm playing with you, I'm not. The registrar company and also the telecom company have told on both of these women, and I will sue the soul out of you, and I will bankrupt both of you. Understand that I'm not playing with anybody. And like I told you guys, I've been through enough saboteur, provocateur, one too many times on social media, and those that have been engaging in all of that will get civil lawsuit, criminal lawsuits. You're not going to keep playing these embarrassing terroristic games at my expense, and the several simps who've been helping these nasty women provoke me and bully me are going to be going to jail right along with them. And I made it abundantly clear. I've also talked to telecom companies, and they confirmed all of this, and the FBI has been involved, and they've also done the investigations, and the indictments are coming. I'm not playing with none of you. I've warned you all to stop playing with me. That's why I took downtime. So let's get into the content of what's happening this month. And again, you can book your appointments. And you may get a co-out. You can do the freelance gigs and whatnot at Fiverr, and that is the link there. And you may also book your appointments at DonDivaMarketingInc.com. And the registrar, the reason why they got involved is because they kept on playing with my website. They kept on disconnecting it, playing nasty games, and Susan Cohen works over there at the registrar, and she's getting an arrest warrant. She's been fired from the board of directors already. And like I told you guys, I'm not playing about this, and this has gone way too far in the obnoxious antics and buffoonery and stealing my content, and it's been done for 8 years, 5 years, overlapping, and that's why I said I will sue the brakes off of both of you women who've been involved in the stealing of my content. And your manager who passed away is literally going to be posthumously, her family will be sued for all the damages that y'all did to my business. And I meant what I said. I'm not playing with none of you. I don't like you anyway, but my exes who've been involved in all the simping and messing with my websites and all the hacking that has gone on for that 5 and 8 years with that same registrar and several other registrars, the family members will be sued, including his father and his brother. I meant what I said. I'm not putting up with the obnoxious antics, and y'all have done enough damages, financial, economic, and I meant what I said. The city and county will be sued the brakes off of, because this is stemming all the way from 2010, 2011, and 2012, and all the escalations and bullying and terrorism that's ensued on social media is the reason why I'm taking it to court. And I meant what I said. All the street theater, the gaslighting, and the provoking, offline, online, and the damages to my presentations are why. And I calculated the losses, and it's very staggering, the amount of loss and money that I've lost over the years for all their damaging and provoking and then sabotaging and then stealing business and content. And it's been traced to Calabasas, California, as well as Montecito. So each person involved in all the provoking and gaslighting will be going to jail, including Frank in New Orleans, as well as Chris in Texas, and several other individuals who have been engaging in stealing my content and distributing it to content creators who are playing in my face, and the feds are aware of it. They watched everything, and they've caught you all red-handed. So any of my content that I find on YouTube or any other platform, you will be civilly criminally sued, and you will be getting indictments for dealing in stolen property, because it's my property I bought, and also it's also with licensure, and you don't have the licensure, and you weren't allowed to steal. And some of you who hacked my devices and were distributing my content will be going to jail for distributing content that's mine. So it was none of your permission, and none of you had any permission to steal it anyway. So that's what I meant. What I've been through a lot. So just one moment. So you guys, on to the next part to this. I'm going to show you the different things that we do in business, and you guys can see the quality of the work and whatnot. And I want to make sure I share with you guys those different things there. And I can tell you guys definitely what fight or flight does to the body. So that's why I also took downtime. So I'll let you guys see it for yourself. Fight or flight response, and having to deal with obnoxious levels of stress and toxic abusing, provoking, and gaslighting. It does affect the body and things like that. And as you can see, the central nervous system takes a real hit, and so does the body and everything. And the physical levels of environmental terrorism, provoking, gaslight, the AC unit tampering, and the home tampering, and all the things like that cause all of that. So it caused a fight or flight response. So I decided to take downtime so I wouldn't be further stressed out than I already have been. And then it's also been itchy and scratchy, having to deal with the asbestos in this house and the fluff that's on the floor. So not only am I having to deal with a lot of these different dangerous, diabolical levels of escalations and gaslighting, that is the reason why I'm taking the city and county to court, because all of this was addressed for 5 and 6 years. So I want you guys to see what it does to the body. And as you can see, the lungs, liver, and kidney, and the central nervous system gets affected. It affects your sleep and the quality of your sleep, and also your stress levels. So with my blood pressure up sky high, I decided to take time down and whatnot, and also deal with all the obnoxious street theater that was going on, and addressing all of that offline and making sure that it doesn't overlap to online. So as you can see, fight or flight does work in all the different areas of the body. So I want you guys to understand that I've been in fight or flight mode for far too long, and it's affecting my health and things like that. So that's also another reason why I took downtime. But back to what I offer in business. You guys can see all the branding material and things like that, like magazine covers and whatnot. And I want you guys to know that it's important to have all of those different things, especially when you're in business. And if you are a creator and things like that, and if you have magazines or if you have newsletters, you're probably going to want different things like this. And these are the types of covers that we offer. Just one moment, I'll pull that off. We also do logos. I want you guys to see that. These are particular logos that we do, 2D and 3D. This is one that I did for I AM CiCi Coaching, and that's my coaching business. You guys are welcome to book the appointments and whatnot. Let me show you right here how you can book your appointments there. And you may join the I AM hashtag giveaway. And anytime you want to do a love offering, you can do tips on the Twitter spaces and things like that, or you may Venmo and things like that to I AM CiCi, which is preferred, or you can do DIVA Coaching Team World Online, or I AM CiCi Coaching, or Talk Radio Diva, and whichever business that you want to donate to. If you have Universal that you want to split it between the businesses, you may donate to Talk Radio Diva, or you can go to talkradiodiva.com and you can do a donation on that page. You may call in your love offerings and things like that and let me know, and we can do a live shout out. And this is the new number for you guys to call in live as well. And also to, again, do the love offerings and whatnot to I AM CiCi Coaching, DIVA Coaching Team World Online, Talk Radio Diva with Talk Radio Diva, the power to do more with I AM CiCi. But again, like I was telling you guys, we do logos. I want to show you an example of the type of logos and the quality of the logo work and art. I wanted to show you guys a group picture of different things that we offer, especially when you're doing brand and identity management and whatnot. When you learn how to do all those type of things as a content creator, you want all of your brands to kind of work hand in hand and things like that. So what we do is we can cater all these different type of things like that. We have QR codes and things like that we can put on your marketing material, as well as we do things like coupons or tickets, and for your ticketed spaces or your Facebook Meta and Meta Lives and whatnot, as well as for your Clubhouse. So if you have a website and someone buys tickets and things like that, we offer all of that. We also do price plans and things like that. If you need all those type of examples, we also do buttons for PayPal, or we do buttons for all other carriers and merchants like Macari, or we have things such as Big Cartel, or if you have the other such things such as Joomla, or if you're on WordPress and things like that, and you have the little web hooks and whatnot, we offer those things to design your buttons for that. And then also if you have other things such as if you have funnels and things like that, we offer those type of custom made buttons and things like that, so you can add your art and your channel art, and everything goes hand in hand in your brand identity. So I want to show you guys examples of all of that. Just one moment. If you're needing product box shots, I feel like this is one of the most important things for your products and services and whatnot, especially when you're dealing with a level of you sell physical product. You want to have good box shots and whatnot so that you're able to show exactly what your brand's all about and the brand identity without having to say much except for showing them your business card and also your box shot. Or if you want to turn it into a business card / box shot, you can see your product and service right there on your card or your flyer or any postcard or anything you put out in the mail. So we offer those type of things like that. So I want you guys to see an example of what we do so you can order yours today. I'll show you guys a couple other things. Here's an example of another type. If you have an online business and you want to see what a box shot looks like, this is a physical view of what a box shot looks like. I have an online business, online courses. This would be just like the ones that I have for the actual course website. I'll show you guys that so you can see how it coordinates. Say you have something like I have my course website where you have I have online academy training guides and courses. So you're more than welcome to inquire about those. And if you have any questions and whatnot, put them down in the chat and I'll answer those questions. But like I said, you want to have a box shot and something that coordinates and coincides with your brand identity and things like that. So I figured you guys would be able to see that visually. You can go to imccoaching.courseareas.com and you'll be able to see that for yourself. And you'll see how the box shot goes in conjunction with the brand. So that's what I meant by brand identity. And that's what I meant by corporate infographics and other such things that will help you, especially when we offer graphic services and we do pitch decks, presentations, and also product unveilings and demos and box shots. And this is what that's for. So I want you guys to see it for yourself in real time. I'm going to show you guys a few more things before we get into the content itself. And especially being a graphic designer, I want to tell you guys what's important in graphic design. Always making sure the client is happy, making sure your client is always brand managed and managed well. Anytime that you're offering services or you're doing anything for brand identity, make sure it color coordinates. I want to show you guys an example of what I do as a graphic designer. I want you guys to understand that I've been in the game for a very long time, since 2011. I have improved a whole heck of a lot, and also how I do things. I want you guys to understand color coordination. It's everything. It makes you pop. You guys can see for yourself. These are things that make people say, hey, I want to buy with you. I want to book with you. So when you have brand identity and management, all of that goes in coordination. Okay. Here's another example of a logo. This is the logo I did for my website. This is the logo I did for all of my stuff for this training and whatnot. So I want you guys to see the 2D and the 3D. I want you guys to see the gradients. I want you guys to see the quality in the work. And I also want you guys to see the different versions of logos and whatnot. And you can see how it works in conjunction, just like as you see it on the streaming. So I want you guys to see it in real time. And it works pretty well. The next thing we have is book covers. It is important whenever you're writing books or you're doing anything for children, adolescents, young adults, or if you are in the coaching business like my business is. Um, One of the main things you need is always to have a good book cover, magazine cover, or anything that is going to work well for your brand and to market your brand. So I wanted to make sure you guys understood brand identity and things like that, and making sure all those things are coordinated, even with your book covers, even with your postcards, even with your videos, anything that you're doing out there for content and content creation purposes. You want it to look good. You want it to just really sell itself. And especially when your clients come on board and they're like, hey, I don't know what I need to do. What do I do? You can say you're in good hands. And or if you don't know how to do it yourself, come to me, let me know. I'll handle it for you guys, and you guys can take all the credit. I will white label it for you guys so nobody will know it wasn't you, it was me. So at the end of the day, I'm always willing to do things for you guys, no matter what you got. If you guys are already marketing firms out there, or if you're a business firm and you need someone to do the work behind the scenes, I'm here for you. Book with me. I'll get it done. I'll white label it for you. You just let me know. Get me your logo. I'll get everything done, and you can say it's yours. So like I told you guys, that's at a higher cost because it's a quality of my work, but you're taking credit. So with that being said, it's going to cost you. I want you guys to understand how important it is in business to do business the right way, and also to make sure it's done on a good note. So I wanted to show you guys the quality of my work, and if anybody needs anything to outsource, you can come see me. I'll take it on. I'll get it done. I'll get it back to you. And, like I said, I'll give you a quote, and then we can go from there. Easy peasy. Just one moment, y'all. Okay. Let me go ahead and get those things removed. And then we'll be sliding into the overview. I'll tell you guys, it's not going to take that long. And also, if you guys have charities out there and you need charity work and whatnot, I'm willing to do things for your charity. This is an example of my charitable work. This is actually my organization. This is my charity, Caring Orchid Foundation, one caring act at a time. I want you guys to understand how important it is to always have good brand management, and also as well, your logo has to scream exactly what your business is, and without you having to tell people, they'll understand that. So with Caring Orchid, it's one caring act at a time, and it's also for military and also people who have been in domestic violence situations, and also people of special classes and special needs. So Caring Orchid Foundation is all about that. You may do donations over there to Fundly, and Caring Orchid is the actual business. It is a real business, legitimate. You can check it out. And again, if you want to do donations, you're welcome to do that. Follow me on Facebook as well as Twitter and other such platforms that I'm on. Again, donations are taken at Caring Orchid. Fundly is where it's at. You can put it in there and you'll see the foundation itself. Take that off the screen. In just one moment, I'm gonna let you guys listen to some music for a second. Getting some things done, you guys. All right. So, with that being said, let's get into the content. One of the main objectives here is to make sure that we stay on track, that we literally have a more easy peasy presentation, and as well as I want to make sure that we go over the curriculum every month, in that, as I said, we have a normal online podcast from here on out and a professional one on all platforms. And again, you guys know the ground rules and things like that. I want to make sure that we get into the show and enjoy the channel's webinars, presentations, local and non-local presentations, as well as on location event coverage and on the social media streets, to have a good rapport and a good level of support in building the channel and subscribers. So again, like I told you guys, hit that notification bell and also that like button. Make sure you guys do all of that. And let's keep an open dialogue and discussion for educational and growth purposes, and coaching and daily illumination for the soul purposes and general content creation purposes. From your local YouTuber, Facebook or Twitter, Instagram, Bigo, Clubhouse, with the power to do more with Talk Radio DIVA, I Am CiCi, in conjunction with Talk Radio Productions. And again, if you have interviews and things like that you want done, go to talkradiodiva.com. If you're wanting coaching, make sure that you always look at IamCiCiCoaching.com or IamCiCi.com and NonDivaCoaching.com and TeamWorld.online for children, adolescents, and adults. So again, I want you guys to be comfortable as we go into the overview. I do have some recommended links and things like that. I'll paste them in the chat so you guys can check them out. I would like for you guys to pick up your illuminations and your testaments. They go hand in hand for the daily illuminations for the soul. Just a moment, I'll put that in the chat for you guys. So definitely check that out. Also, my spread shots. You're more than welcome to go there and you can check that out. You may go to my marketplace and you may also go to the particular private shop itself. And we got some nice new stuff for this month, and especially with it being Pride Month, I wanted to make sure that we supported every community and every walk of life. So I have things for the LGBTQIQ, QIA community. Just a moment. And check that out. So you're more than welcome to go to either the marketplace or my actual particular shop, and you can buy now. We also have Father's Day stuff there, and some of that's been taken down. But happy Father's Day, belated Father's Day to all fathers out there, including my baby's father. Happy Father's Day. I hope you're enjoying it and enjoy your family on that side. That's that. The Etsy store, I have it on pause for right now. I'll have it back up and everything else. Like I told you guys, I'm starting over fresh. Got a lot on my plate, but I want to make sure you guys understood how important it is for you guys to understand that when I'm doing a lot of building and working, sometimes I will take things down and offline for maintenance and do what I need to do to get myself where I need to be at. And again, I didn't plan for my roof to cave in and almost hit me in my head. But you guys saw that in real time. I showed you guys the video. That was the most god awful weirdest thing that ever happened to me. But I told you guys it's been going on for 5 years, the damages to my roof, and I'll be taking the city and county to court and Habitat for Humanity to court over that, because there's no excuse for the $10,000 worth of damage and the $5,000 to the AC unit that they have all been tampering and doing. And that was OBT&E that were vandalizing my house and doing this at several individuals local. I'll be asking for the federal indictment for all the terrorism and tampering in my home. I've had enough of it because it happened to my car. So, like I told you guys, it's a post-separation abuse situation. Several individuals who've kept this up for years, and the Britney Spears level of terrorism is at an all-time high, and they are all going to jail, and the feds are involved. So I'm not worried about it. So, any job seekers, I have some important things for you guys. Anybody that is looking for work, and that's of the U.S. of IA, I want you guys to know that you can go here and you can look for jobs. I'll be adding more on there, as I'm a human resources administrator by profession as well as a life coach. So I do a lot. Let you guys see all that. Just one moment. So you can go to enterprisecareers.org. And let me put it back up there for you guys again. So, like I said, if you're looking for jobs and things like that, it's always updating and whatnot. So go ahead and apply to those jobs. And last but not least, for news. You guys are more than welcome to go here. Vital information news. And we'll start back doing more of those presentations with the new content and things like that. Like I told you guys, I've been working on a lot and getting things done. So I'm going to put this on the screen for you guys to check it out. And again, I have had issues with Facebook Meta with trying to get logged into my account and whatnot on that end. So that's something that I'll be also going to court over. And they also disabled the code generator as well as how to go and get in touch with them. So those are other issues I've been dealing with social media, and it's been a problematic thing. And they need to do something about it or face court litigation because I've had enough of their antics and buffoonery. And they've done this for 10 years online and offline antics and buffoonery that it's costing me time and money with business, and 10 years back worth of damages that have gone on because of all the bullying, post-separation abuse, and things that were going on for well over a period of time, which I addressed to social media management. So they don't have a choice. They need to get me unlocked and my account on the other end and stop playing in my face and stop provoking and gaslighting me. I'm over it. Any social media manager that's involved with my exes and their family members who have board of director seats with those social media platforms can answer for that in federal court, civil court, county court, and criminal court, because I've had enough of the obnoxious behavior and the provoking gaslight has been going on far too long. So that's that. And again, the news and more with Vital Information News. Again, I'll show it on the screen. Okay. And again, I told you guys we have the courses and things like that. You can go to DonDivaEnterpriseLearning.CourseSeries.com, or you can go to IamCiCiCoaching.CourseSeries.com, or you can go to DonDivaCoaching.CourseSeries.com or TeamWorld.CourseSeries.com. So again, these are all coinciding with the business. So I want you guys to understand how important it is to always make sure your brand meets everything and it's more than meets the eye, and always have it coordinated so that it works well. All right. I just want to show you guys different things like that. So now we're into the content, and let's get into the nitty gritty of what this is all about. Then we're done. So I'll just be underneath the hour. So I have suggested reading for the coaching sessions and whatnot. You may get the Power of Self-Discipline. I have the content itself. I have pulled down the Enterprise PLR website for maintenance to get things done, and it will be back up and going probably by July, August. I want you guys to know it's important that I always keep my content anyway, no matter what, in case I have to get things done behind the scenes. And right now I'm doing all the maintenance and updates and things like that. So I pulled down a couple of different things while I'm trying to get things right. And I told you guys with this help com companies and whatnot, and having to do things behind the scenes and having meetings and whatnot, it has been a lot on my plate to get all that done. And then us coming to agreements, and then I was able to recall all of my numbers and get things done. So I told you the sabotage was real. They were redirecting my phone lines, doing all the different things that they were doing, playing with passwords, and those things that Kim and Nikki have done. I will be taking them to federal court, civil court, county court, criminal court. I will be suing the brakes off of them and their family members. They're all connected to my FedEx and nasty family members, and they've done the most, and I'm fed up with all of them. So when it comes down to it, you guys can also pick up the Bulletproof Motivation and whatnot. And we are going to have the Power of Positive Thinking. I will put that link up there and everything else, so you guys can buy that from Enterprise PLR when I pull the site back up from maintenance. And like I told you guys, this month's coaching is on Power of Positive Thinking, as well as the Power of Self-Discipline and Bulletproof Motivation. I told you guys I'm not going to have any more of my lives disturbed and whatnot. There's not going to be any more trolling and provoking me or gaslighting me, because we're going to stay on code. We're going to stay on code and professional and get everything done. We're going to make these lives short and sweet, and we're going to make sure they're underneath the hour. At least if we're going to have a 2-hour session, the other hour will be for having conversations and getting more luminous and luminosity and having conversations and being professional while we're at it and having a good conversation, having a good time. So I want you guys to understand how important that is to do that consecutively and make sure that we have a good turnaround with the brands. I'm not worried about the 290 those presentations. They are $500 a piece, because I actually half the amount that I normally charge for my presentations, which is $1,000. I figured out how much it is going to cost each one of you in federal court, civil court, county court, and criminal court, and it's enough to bankrupt each one of you. It cost me over $1 million for the damages in the 8 years, 5 years, and 3 years overlap and terrorism, and I'm going to get my coin one way or the other. So you guys are going to learn today about playing with me and playing with my presentation. So I have to just to be nice and whatnot. So even at that, it came up to $2 million and $1 million. So you're going to pay me my money one way or the other, and you're going to lose big for what you did. And I meant what I said. I don't play about my coin. I don't play about my content. I don't play about my brands. And since y'all want to play stupid games, you're going to win down prizes in court. So I figured you guys will learn. Laugh now, cry later. So those are the 6 links and books to follow along with in the coachings and the daily illuminations for the soul's recordings. So I want you guys to understand how important it is to pick up those books and things like that. So I'll show you guys those links again, and then we'll go from there. And we'll just get into a mild presentation and whatnot. And I think that'll be it for today. Just one moment. I had to check the AC right quick and whatnot because it gets up to 93 and 91 degrees in the house. Plus, also the itchy, scratchy stuff is coming from the ceiling. So a lot of this is a lot of damages in Colorado, damages in city and county. Again, will be sued. GE, Georgia Power, Southern Company will be sued. And the escalations have gone to the point of economic, financial damages and deliberate provoking and sabotage. And every time I go live, they start the BS with the AC unit and also the levels of the AC unit vent and duct foolery. So that's why I'll be taking city and county to court, and I'll be taking Georgia Power, Gulf Power, Florida Power, Southern Company to court over all of it. And OBT&E, who tampered my cars, are the same ones who tampered with my home and also my roof and the damages to my AC unit. And it will be a federal civil indictment and criminal indictment. The feds have been down here. We've talked about it, and they are aware of it. They've also been tapping my stuff, and they're aware of who's been doing it. And I'm at the point of pressing charges on every party, local and non-local, because it's gone on a long time. And Mr. James, as well as Mr. Harris, who've been down here, sneaking down here, playing these nasty games at my expense. Everybody's getting indictments, including 3D and Mr. Cannon, and the rest of them who are connected to Mr. Cannon and other individuals who are connected to my ex and his nasty wife and his dirtbag homegirl from Calabasas, California. I told you guys I'm not playing with them. I've had enough of their obnoxious antics, and they've gone way too far. And it's costing me a lot of money. And then when it's rained in my house, literally, you guys, it's been crazy. Okay. So it's not been fun. But like I told you guys, I'm a real soldier, and I learned how to deal with things in obnoxious, harmful, hateful, diabolical level, lethal antics at my expense is the reason why I'm separating as well, because the post-separation abuse and cruelty and maliciousness and the emotional abuse and tormenting and the gaslighting and the bullying and the terrorism is another reason why. And anybody that would prank somebody in that manner, what would you do if you were really mad? So I want you guys to understand that there's a real concern for my safety, and there's a real concern for my environmental safety, and the diabolical, lethal, hateful, harmful abuses and provoking gaslight. I don't care if you're joking or not, you're going to jail because you shouldn't have done what you did to my house. And the last straw was my roof kicking in and hitting me almost in the head, and then hitting me on my leg. And I have a bunch of white fluff on the floor, which is unhealthy. And when the roofer came in and let me know what was going on, this is the receipt. $10,000 worth of damages after tax. So that is the receipt, so you guys can see it for yourselves. Let me get it in the right light. So that particular receipt, you guys get to see exactly what's going on. So that is, let's see what the total, $9,569.13. It will have to have a whole roof replacement, and then the $5,538 for the AC unit tampering set. OBT&E did the same ones tampered my vehicles that were $25,000 vehicles and $23,000 vehicles, and we're at the point of collateral damage. And city and county will be sued. Pensacola, Florida will be sued. The brakes off of, and the street theater and provoke that my neighbor's been doing. I'll be getting criminal indictments and having them picked up. Linwood, Larry Pinata, and the man across the street that looks like DeAndre Whitfield, and I'll be asking for criminal indictments for all of them, including the pick me next door. I want the federal indictments, criminal indictments for all the provoking, gaslighting, and the street theater crap that they keep up, and the little girl around the corner and kept this up. And I made it abundantly clear to Robert Robinson, the mayor, that I would sue the brakes off the city and county if they didn't stop the escalations. They have not stopped. And GE, Georgia Power, and Southern Company has been complicit in the levels of antics and buffoonery. And I'm at the point of fed up, and I will civilly, criminally sue Habitat because they were told about the tampering of my shingles and whatnot. And I started noticing the shingles were coming off my roof, and also the roofer confirmed that the shingles weren't even installed correctly when I first bought the house. So I'm ready to sue the brakes off of Habitat for all of that. And I meant what I said. I've had it with all the obnoxious antics and buffoonery. And I'll also be separating from a relationship I don't want anymore because I'm tired of his obnoxious antics and pranks and jokes at my expense. If you joke with someone in that manner, then we don't need to be together, because anybody that's obnoxious and that hateful and harmful and his joking and his pranks is gone way too far. It's at the point of lethal, and the illegality and criminality of it is at the point of criminal indictments and federal warrants for his arrest. And I'm going to make sure it sticks because I'm done. And like I said, even if my fiance did that to me, I would end a wedding and an engagement, and I would civilly, criminally sue and sue the brakes off of his family and put him in jail jail and put them in jail, because I don't like jokes at my expense. I don't like being embarrassed. I don't like being humiliated. I don't like being tormented. And he's messed up enough of my lives and played enough signal tampering, phone tampering, and playing all these nasty games at my expense. And I'm at the point I'm done. I'm sick of him. I don't want to be together with anybody that would take me for a joke or play me for a sucker or do all kind of things and think he's going to finesse a relationship. It's not happening. So that brings me into the content itself. We're going to be doing divorce counseling. I did some presentations offline. I did them exclusively in the spaces. You guys can check those out. We're also going to be doing things on how to be mindful and being present. And that's part of the importance of all of this. And I want you guys to understand being mindful and being present and thinking like a seal, living like a seal, and having the mindset of a seal. It means even when you're going through hardship or you're going through saboteur or provocateur, it's the best way to deal with problematic people or provocation agents or chaos agents is to ignore them. So I'm doing the best that I can to do that, even with dealing with obnoxious saboteur, provocateur with wealthy, well-connected who think they're above the law. I made it clear I don't like people who think they're above the law or have resources to think that they can abuse and terrorize and provoke and gaslight someone. And the way that they've terrorized me, provoked me, and gaslit me, there's no laughing matter. The criminality of it is it's gone too far, and nobody should have to deal with that. And as the corporations that I've been dealing with let me know, and when they threw each one of these people underneath the bus and confirmed that they were the ones doing it, because everybody's sick of it, they don't want to get sued, so they threw each one of these people underneath the bus, including all of the IT tampering, provoke, and the signal tampering, and the cable companies will be sued, and all the people who are involved in the provoke and gaslight. You don't cross the line and play these type of nasty games at someone's expense, and you don't embarrass them. And speaking of another obnoxious entitlement, is that those of you who are out there in Calabasas, California, and Los Angeles, California, who think you're above the law, think you're untouchable, and participate in my ex's buffoonery, either you turn around and turn us behind in, or the acquaintance that's involved in all these provoking gaslighting games, either you turn around, turn him in, or you're going to jail right along with him as an accessory. Because I meant what I said. I don't like being played with. You're not going to cost me money, time, and you're not going to cost me levels of obnoxious stress, and you're not going to enlist a level of terrorism or pay police officers and city and county admins on your payroll to play these nasty games at my expense and think it's going to work out well. It's not. I've had enough, and I'm going to clean everybody out financially over it. You have no business terrorizing me on behalf of my ex and his nasty, lousy mother and his brother, who's connected to several people who are connected to my FedEx's wife and his dirtbag homegirl. I made it clear that I did my investigation privately and whatnot, and the feds are involved, and they have observed everything. They know exactly what's going on. They're fed up, I'm fed up, and everybody's getting indictments because you have no business threatening me on social media. You had no business using social media for disinformation, smear campaigns, and as well as you've also sabotaged plenty of my presentations. So everybody who's involved, including Victoria and Brad Adams, who sat there and asked for a news for my daughter, you're going to jail for that. And then also Mr. Harris's son, who was involved in threats of my daughter when he was out there in California with his mother. You all are getting indicted, and you're going to be getting federal warrants for your arrest. And anybody else who my FedEx worked for, Mr. Harris and Mrs. Harris, you will be getting criminal restraining orders and warrants for your arrest. And those that were messing with my actual telecom company, Kim and Nikki, will be getting warrants. And Mr. Cohen will be getting warrants, and his sisters will be getting warrants because the registrar threw them underneath the bus. You don't play these type of games. You don't do obnoxious things to someone just because you feel like you have that level of influence or you have that many people backing you in your stupidity. Because at this point, all the death threats and provoke gaslight is all intertwined with all of this for 10 years. And the feds have been investigating for the last 10, 12 years, and 5 years and 8 years of escalations and death threats. Enough is enough. So there's no laughing matter, and it's also foreign and domestic matters because of my ex and his wife and their connections to foreign people who've been involved in these provoke gaslight games as well. So it's really gone way too far, and I've had enough of that. And so alongside of that, I want you guys to understand that the importance of dealing with a domestically violent saboteur, provocateur agent, especially an ex who has the ability to do all the saboteur, provocateur that him and his brother have done, and his family member and his father, which is confirmed about YouTube and his connections with YouTube, as well as other platforms and whatnot, and his mother who has connections with Facebook and Twitter, and had done all this provoking gaslight games. Enough is enough. I address with social media management, so hopefully they'll understand all of this, that I'm not trying after them directly, but if you were told what was going on and you allowed false reports and whatnot, that is the reason why you'll be civilly criminally sued and also named as a co-defendant in this, because I told what was going on from the get-go. I got misdiagnosed, misdocumented. I got dragged out of my house. I had a nervous breakdown behind their terrorism, provoking gaslight games at my expense, and all of my exes will be going to jail that participated. I did not want anything to do with you guys. I'm not a woman scorned. It's not a revenge thing. It is you tried me. You tried my daughter. You terrorized my daughter and did the same thing that you did to me. I'm not playing with you guys. I'm going to keep my foot on your neck. Leave me alone. That is the last and final warning. And the content creators that you all had engaged in this, including Latasha, who I grew up with, who's also friends with Nikki, and Nikki's brother is from down here. And I used to go over to my homegirl's house, and that's how I know her. That's the same woman that called my phone. I don't like her, and she knows that. And sending picnics down here saying that you're going to see me, or they're going to be there about this life and all this other kind of stuff is the reason why I'm not playing with my FedEx and his nasty wife. And I don't like him either. She's the one who was stealing from me in the beginning, and she will be going to jail alongside her husband, who's down here, Mr. Humphreys, and the rest of their clan. And my FedEx used to work for them, and his father used to work for them, and they will be getting criminal indictments. So it was his mother who was using the platform and with the avatar playing provoke and gaslight games. I've already discussed this behind the scenes with YouTube, and I'll be asking YouTube to take Latasha's stuff off of YouTube and remove her channel. And I'll be asking for civil warrants for her arrest, criminal warrants for her going in my federal records and my dossier that was from being a special victim at birth. And yes, I want criminal indictments on all of that. And those content creators that were engaging in the provoke and psyops, terrorism, and gaslight on her behalf and her payroll. I meant what I said. I'm done. And the simps that helped them. So I meant what I said. When you go and recruit somebody to bully someone, and the 3 exes that were clear on that have been involved in the provoke and gaslight and the pranks at my expense and going to networks with other people who I'm related to, who are direct family members that you did know and you went and ran your mouth to, they are aware of it and they have already done their depositions and you will be going to jail. I'm done. I meant what I said. There's no amicable resolve, and there's no reason for anybody to have torn up my house or my home-based business and my home office like this, and there's no excuse for tearing up my cars and playing psychotic games at my expense and causing all the stress and trauma. So, with that being said, I'm going to give you guys the domestic violence hotline, and that is a level of this number that I have on the screen. And we're about done, because I don't want to have to talk about this anymore. And you're not going to keep controlling me after me on social media, because social media is starting to be held responsible. You're not protected under Section 230C for gaslighting, terrorizing, and provoking. And per VP Harris and President Joe Biden, they're not putting up with the social media platforms either. And there is a new resolution and things on the platforms about that, and platform management and staff, and also platform managers will be held responsible for allowing disinformation and terrorism and abuse on the internet. So I want you guys to know that there are real things going on in real time, that they're not allowing these type of things to happen anymore. It's happened one too many times. Too many people have gotten hurt on social media because of trolling, provoking, and gaslighting, and bullying and terrorism on the internet. Just a moment, you guys. Hi, everybody. I'm back. We have some signal tampering, and Cox Cable, AT&T will be getting indictments and civil lawsuits and criminal lawsuits for damages. So will Dish Network, and so will several other places that were involved in the tech abuses. And my FedEx and his brother are responsible for that, and his mother and his father. And they will be getting criminal indictments, and YouTube will be getting sued for it, because Mr. Allison also has connections with YouTube, and I'll be asking for federal warrants for his arrest. I meant what I said. I've had enough of John Kinney and his nasty wife, and Mr. Allison's antics and buffoonery, and Monica's antics, and John Yates and their bot farm troll farm on YouTube. So it's all been addressed with the feds, and they're aware of it, and they have proof. So I've made it clear I'm not putting up with the bot farm troll farm outside of the Russian troll farms. That's another thing that's going to be addressed on social media as well. I've been talking to social media management and also people about all of that, because I've had enough. They've done it to me for years, and I've had enough of my exes and their nasty family members who have board of director seats with the social media management. They'll be indicted, and they'll be asked to be removed from the board of directors because it's a conflict of interest. I want you guys to know why it happened, when it happened, and also in this overview, so that I don't have to deal with this anymore, and I don't have to talk about it anymore in my next presentations. I want you guys to understand that all this affected business, time, money, and also affected my child with the kids that were adjacently connected to this situation with my exes and their family members who still have ties to the city and county. They will be getting indictments, and those children will be arrested for bullying and terrorizing my child at the local school and the alternative school she ended up having to go to. So the city and county was addressed with this in the school district, and they know exactly what's going on, since middle school, all the way up to high school. So I'm not playing, and they're not going to keep trying to punish my daughter or trying to punish me by proxy by trying to prison pipeline my daughter because of the terroristic things that these kids have been allowed to do and addressed. So like I told you guys, I've had to be a warrior for my daughter, and I'm not going to allow her to keep going through things, and they're not going to prison pipeline my daughter. She has not done anything other than being a child. Yes, she has done things to me, but the thing is, I'm a mother. I know how to deal with her, and she's been upset because of what my exes had done. She's dealing with all those different things. She's doing fairly well. She's improving, and she's going to be going off to college. And also for the perverts who think they're going to talk to my daughter while she's going to college. You're not going to talk to my daughter, and she's going to show me her boyfriends when she's going to college. And if you think you're going to be like anybody else who's a pervert out here talking about 17 years old and 18 years old, and you think you're going to talk to my daughter and you're 30 years old, it's not going to happen. Understand, I'm about that life, and you're not going to play with my daughter. And don't think you're going to take your nasty, funky tail up there and talk to my daughter. It's not happening. Trust and believe, I have eyes and ears everywhere, and so does her father. And we're not playing with you. Sorry, that had a mom moment. So with that being said, I'm not trying to block my baby or anything else from having a relationship or having anything going on, but because of the threats to my child and the provoking and gaslighting on social media and the screenshotting and the terrorizing her on the internet, I'm more leery about her dating now more than ever, and her being a young adult. I don't want her to be too trusting, and there's a lot of predators out here in this world, and I don't have time to put up with that kind of stuff. I will Uncle Phil you, and I will throw you out on your face. Don't think you can come by my house with the BS, and you will always understand that you come through me or anybody else that I'm dating or dealing with or whatnot, and you will be looked at, you will be looked through, and I will go into your background to figure out who you are and what you're about, and you're not going to be with my daughter if I don't feel like I can approve of you because of safety concerns and safety reasons and the threats to my daughter and threats to my family. So I want you guys to understand how far this has gone. Oh, way too far. So as a mother, I have to still be a momager, and I love being her mom. I love being her first advocate and her first protector, and I'm always going to be looking out for her, whether she's around me or not. So don't think you can pull these type of antics. And those that were sitting up here making that statement about talking to underage girls and whatnot, you're not going to be talking to mine. Hope you understand that. So with that being said, I think we've covered everything in the overview about what's been going on, why I've been gone for a while, and I wanted to make sure that we start out on the right foot. So again, get the bulletproof motivation. And Brittany Williams over there at the Children's Services Center will be getting an indictment for threats about wheelchairs and bullets and whatnot. And I will be asking for Lee to testify against her. If she does not, she will be indicted herself, because I asked in front of my family member what she meant by bullets and wheelchairs and whatnot, which she said to me in the room before my mother came in. And I'll be asking for an indictment if they don't quit threatening me over there at the center, and the JPO if they don't quit provoking and gaslighting, things that they've done to me all over the city and county. Enough is enough with the street theater and the provoking gaslight. On top of when I have my presentations and signal tampering in the local police department, we'll be getting indictments for Karen, who works over there, and other officers who have the IT department who've kept up their provoking gaslight at my expense. And since this obnoxious jerk said he's city and county on payroll, and he had the city and county police on payroll, and catfished me and told me that kind of mess, then they can sit there and stand trial and testify against him. I'm not putting up with any more catfishing, provoking, or signal tampering, or provoking and gaslighting. The cable companies will be sued into oblivion. I made it clear all the obnoxious, provoking, gaslight, and saboteur and provocateur. Enough is enough. So now you guys know that I'm committed to my goals and trying to resolve all the qualms and issues and whatnot. And let's have an amicable, good level of presentations, and also a level of what does not better me, no longer serves me, or drains me. I think it's a good starting point to start over and have a good set of presentations that stick to the script, stick to the actual content itself. And I don't have to rehash the old stuff, because I don't want to, and each person is considered irrelevant and nothing more than a thorn in my side that I will get rid of via court and do the testimonies and things like that, because I'm ready to square off with all of my exes and have them indicted for all their pranks and provoking retroactive charges for all the terrorism provoked, because they also know my ex's wife, and each one of them that was sleeping with her will be getting indictments and playing all these nasty games at my expense. Enough is enough. They did it in this county, they did it also in Atlanta, Georgia, and they have done the most. So with that being said, if it no longer serves me, and it no longer betters me, or it does nothing but drain me or cause a level of adverse reaction or Betty Broderick type reaction, like you guys have seen why they saboteured and provocateured, I'm at the point of simply criminally suing, because they knew what they were doing, and all the trolling and terrorizing me is enough is enough. They've done this one too many times, to the point it's at criminal malice and intent, and it's at criminal levels of negligence and harm and reckless endangerment, and also compromising to my health. So that's the reason why I said whatever goes on in the dark comes to the light, and this is the year of the tiger, the year of the truth. and it's also setting me free. And so I'm setting myself free by addressing all these different things, and also with amicable, good disclosure and being professional as best as I can. So let's keep an open going dialogue discussion for educational purposes, growth purposes, coaching, and daily illumination for the soul and general content creator purposes to go back to normal with the power to do more with Talk Radio Diva in conjunction with Talk Radio Productions. So we've been on an hour. I think that's pretty good for the overview. And you guys, make sure you book your appointments. If you want interviews, you can go to talkradiodiva.com and do your bookings. Info at talkradiodiva.com. And if you guys want to go to talkradiodiva.com and do that, contact me and we can set up your interview. Also, if you want to book your appointments for coaching, again, IamCiCi.com, and also Dawn Diva Coaching and Team World online for children, adolescents, young adults. And as I told you guys, I am CiCi. I am of the I Am Abundance Mindset, and I was already born with it. So I want you guys to understand how I'm pushing through all of this so I can get to a place where the journey is going to turn into a legacy of good interviews and good presentation, good content, and also getting to know other content creators on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and also there's such platforms as Big O and Clubhouse. So I invite you guys to get to know me, and we begin to like, train, follow, train, and also help each other out. And those of you guys understand it's all about business, and there is no friends in business, but we can get to know each other amicably and have a professional level of discourse. So that's it with the overview and the curriculum that we're going to be going over this month and next month. And hopefully we can go into this next month with a fully charged level of positivity and the power of positive thinking. So again, thank you for coming. I will take you out of here with some good music, and you guys have a great day. It's getting a little hot, but I want to make sure that I have a level of rest before I start my day. It is going to get up to the 90s indoors, and you guys know I have to deal with this, but I have to also get some rest while it's still a little cool so I can get up and deal with the obnoxious level of disrespectful heat. Okay, so you guys have a nice day, but inadvertently, I'll tell you, hindsight is 2020. With the roof caving in the way it did, it actually saved my life because it was so hot from the AC unit being tampered and it being so airtight in here. I literally could have died from the heat. So I look at this $10,000 damage and whatnot. I would take the city and county to court, but it saved my life anyway. So I'm just glad that my life was saved and I'm able to live somewhat good. I'm finding some gratefulness in all of that. The way the heat was and whatnot, I could have died at my house from the heat alone. And the AC unit tampering is the reason why. So with that being said, I'm getting fresh air and whatnot, and I'm able to at least breathe better in the house. I'm able to sleep a little bit better. So, I'm going to get the house fixed, and I'll be able to do the contract with the city and county to rent out the house. And if they think they're going to damage my house and try to force me to sell, it's not going to happen. That's illegal. And I'm addressing all these things as of right now. So they have not one leg to stand on, and there's no way I'm selling my house. It's not going to happen. So the person that came down here talking about, why don't you sell your house? I'm not going to. And the city and county's not going to keep on tearing up my house to deliberately try to force me to sell. It's illegal, and I will go through HUD to sue the brakes off of them and Habitat. And I meant what I said. I'm not playing with them. I'm going to fix my house. I'm going to rent it out. I'll buy me another house, and I'm going to move on. I'm going to live my best life, and I'm going to do what I need to do and what I'm born and bred to do. And that is to interview, do things well, and have my career as a life coach, wellness coach, business coach, and be an advocate for others. So that's it. So have a good evening or good morning. And if you're on the other side of the world, grand rising and namaste to you all. Get out there, get up, get out and do something. Don't let the world pass you by. This is your talk radio host, I Am CiCi. So let me know how you like the show. Again, hit that like button and the notification bell. And again, take care. So I'm taking you guys out of here with some music and a couple of things for advertisement, and we're done.
you